Hello and welcome to the first episode of the LRG Warhammer podcast. I am your host, Rowan. Over to my right, that's Riker.
Yo.
And over there, that's Ford. May I say anything? Today, we are going to be talking about what is arguably, probably most definitely, the most well-known topic in Warhammer, the Space Marines. I thought it was a good starting point. Just seems like the thing that everyone knows most about. I don't know what we're gonna do for the next one, but yeah. Anything else to add? Either of you?
Well, how about just fair warning, me, Riker, I'm very new to this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I play D&D, I did some role plays, so you're probably gonna have a lot of slip-ups with me. He's gonna have to remind me of certain things.
I would say, as far as it goes, so you got if it was on a sliding scale, you got the people that write for Warhammer, you got YouTubers who do lore stuff, then you got me, and then Riker a step below that, and then Ford, he knows nothing about...
The lowest of the lowest.
Yeah, you don't know anything...
I just listened to a little audio.
Well, actually, no, you have been doing a little bit of research, yeah, but, you don't know much about Warhammer, but that's fine. That's what this hopes to fix, among other things. Okay, here we go. In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. And amidst the galaxy-spanning conflict, there exist few warriors who stand out above the rest, the Space Marines. The history of the Space Marines stretches back to over 1,000 years, to a time when the galaxy was still relatively young and humanity was struggling to find its place in the cosmos. It was during this time that the Emperor of Mankind appeared on Earth, or as it's called in Warhammer, Terra, a godlike being with incredible psychic powers and a vision for the future of humanity. The Emperor's plan was to unite all under his rule and create a utopian society, free from the chaos and strife that had plagued mankind for millennia. To do this, he created the Space Marines, genetically engineered super soldiers who were the ultimate warriors in his quest for galactic domination. The first Space Marines were created using a process called gene seeding, in which the Emperor's own genetic material was used to modify the DNA of selected humans, making them stronger, faster, and more resilient than ordinary humans. Or better, faster, stronger. Daft Punk reference for you. These genetically enhanced warriors were then given extensive training in warfare, tactics, and strategy, as well as use of advanced technology and weaponry. That's over to you, Ford.
With their incredible strength and speed and endurance, the Space Marines quickly become the Imperium's most valuable asset. In his campaign to conquer the galaxy, they fought in countless battles against the aliens and the heretics and the terrators, and their deeds of heroism and sacrifice become the stuff of legend. But even the mighty Space Marines were not invincible. Over the centuries, they faced many enemies who were just as powerful and just as determined as they were, and many Space Marines fell in battle. Their galactic legacy lost forever.
Despite these setbacks, the Space Marines continued to fight on, serving as the Emperor's most loyal and dedicated warriors. They were instrumental. What was that? What was that word?
Instrumental.
Instrumental. I'm going mental. Sorry. Kind of hard to read. Like I said, light, clear.
Zoom in.
Yeah, zoom in a little better. I can. Perfect. Despite these setbacks, the Space Marines continued to fight on, serving as the Emperor's most loyal and...
I'm not gonna edit it.
Oh, okay.
Go from instrumental.
In many of the Emperor's greatest victories, including the defeat of the Horus Heresy, a brutal civil war that threatened to tear the Imperium of Man apart. Today, the Space Marines continue to fight in the name of the Emperor, defending humanity from all threats, whether from within or without. They are revered as heroes by the people of the Imperium and feared by their enemies, who know that no force in the galaxy can stand against the might of the Adeptus
Well, they sound like badasses.
Astartes.
Well, I mean, arguable, but there's many cosmic horrors in Warhammer. But, you know, Space Marines, they're up there. And so, the history of the Space Marine continues. A tale of valor, sacrifice, and undying determination in the face of the greatest challenges the galaxy has ever known. For as long as there are enemies to be fought and battles to be won, the Space Marines will be there, standing at the forefront of the Imperium's war machine, ready to lay down their lives in defense of humanity. Whew, I'm thirsty. Okay. Next thing we're talking about is the Primarchs. I mean, either of you know anything about that? I think you do.
Little. I think I've forgotten most of it.
I don't know anything.
The Primarchs, are they like the leaders of the certain?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Which I mean, we don't want too many spoilers for what we're about to read, but still. Okay. The Primarchs were 20 genetically engineered superhuman beings called the what? Oh, created by the Emperor of Mankind during the early days of the Imperium. They were intended to be the Emperor's greatest warriors with their own unique abilities, strengths, and personalities. Each of the Primarchs was created by the Emperor using a genetic code harvested from himself. They were not perfect, however, which is why each Primarchs and their chapters have unique traits. They were then placed into incubation pods and scattered across the galaxy by chaos, by the gods of chaos to disrupt his plans.
Over time, the
Primarchs.
Primarchs were discovered and raised by the various humans cultures across the galaxy. They were trained in the art of war and honor and honed their skills, becoming legendary heroes in their own right. Each of the Primarchs was loyal to the Emperor and fought alongside his armies in great crusade, a massive military campaign aimed at uniting the galaxy under imperial rule.
Yeah.
However, the Primarchs were not without their flaws.
It's
Sorry,
fine.
guys.
It's fine.
Several of them were by personality disorders or
Other psychological something.
issues which sometimes cause them to clash with one another or even turn against the Imperium himself. Most of the notable example of this was Horus, the War Master of the Imperium. I was about to say War Master, the War Master of the Imperium, and one of the Imperium's closest allies, who was corrupted by chaos gods and led a regional rebellion against the Imperium known as Heresy.
You said that backwards.
Crap, what am I doing now?
No worries.
No,
no
it's
worries.
fine. I mean, I guess their genetic defects kind of caused them to fall to chaos, but in the Horus Heresy, it was actually what's his name? It starts with an A. I don't know, but there was this one Primarch who had already been corrupted by chaos because of
Which chaos god corrupted him?
It was I don't know. I think it was corn. But basically, because of his psychological defect, basically, I want to say it's called Arbides, but I know that means that's another that's an actual word, and I don't think it is that. It's part of the decoration. Anyways, yeah, I'm not sure about that one, but I guess it was Arbides that whispered in Horus's ear and caused him to betray, but whatever.
Despite this betrayal, the Primarchs remained an important part of the Imperial lore and were revered as demigods by the people of the Imperium. Many Space Marines chapters were founded in their honor, and their heroic deeds were celebrated, collaborated. Yeah, they're like really similar words. I just mixed it up a little bit. Were celebrated in song and story. Unfortunately, most of the Primarchs were lost during this. What is that word?
Time era.
During the.
I can't. Which one? Where?
Right there.
During the
tumultuous years of the Horus Heresy.
Some died in battle, while others vanished without a trace. Only few of them are known to have survived to the present day, including Robute Gilliman.
Yeah, I don't. Just call him Robot Gorilla Man. It's fine.
Robot Gorilla Man. I love that.
That's the meme name.
The Primarch of the Ultra Marines. Sorry, I had an issue presenting earlier as well. So, who was resurrected by the Emperor himself during the events of the Gathering Storm.
Yeah, I don't know much about the Gathering Storm. I need to do more research on that one.
I'll probably learn about that more about that than you do first.
In summary, the Primarchs were a group of 20 genetically engineered superhuman beings created by the Emperor of Mankind to be his greatest warriors. They were scattered across the galaxy and raised by various human cultures, and went on to fight alongside the armies of the Imperium. Then recovered to wage the Great Crusade. However, many Primarchs were plagued by personality disorders and other issues, which ultimately led to the Horus Heresy and loss of half the Primarchs. Well, and half the chapters, but yeah. Despite this, they remain an important part of Imperial lore and are... Wait, someone already read that? Did someone already read that? I swear.
No.
Nobody's read that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think
Some of it repeated. That's... Okay, whatever. It was so long ago that I wrote this, and I was really tired. Anyways. They remain an important part of Imperial lore and are revered as legendary heroes by the people of the Imperium.
So I want to know what all the chapters are.
That's what we're talking about next. But
I want to know every single.
That's the thing.
Chapter.
Is when the Horus Heresy happened, they basically realized, oh my God, there's way too much power in one legion because there was the 20 legions for each Primarch.
Right, which I want to know what their specific thing was for each one of the 20 chapters.
The 20 legions.
20 legions.
After the Horus Heresy, they were like, wow, that's too much power per thing. So what they did is they split it into chapters, and each one can only have 1,000 Marines. I mean, there's a couple ways to get around that people have discovered, but for the most part, each one of them has 1,000 Marines. And basically, I can't remember the exact number, but there's just like so many chapters. Because if there used to be, I think it was like around 1 billion per legion, but now it's been split up to 1,000 per chapter. And there's like sub-chapters and just tiny little strike teams that have their own colors and name and all that. So it can get confusing really fast. But basically,
well, what are the main
you can't
legions?
name
What are the
every
main
single
20 legions?
Well, there's one for each Primarch, so like I forgot their name, but
I don't care about the names. I want to know what if they have an element or something, like how there's the chaos.
Well, no, it was just like I mean they had their own genetic thing. Oh my God, that voice crack.
Like ding.
So because the Primarchs puberty. Because the Primarchs had their genetic defects, the entire legion got that. And so all the all the chapters that were based off the legions also had those genetic things. For example, Space Wolves, which were a legion and still are. They haven't split up as much. They have kind of, but Space Wolves still go under one name. But there is different Space Wolf factions, and there's a lot of them.
Right, I know about the Space Wolves, Space Bears, and
Well, Space Bear, that's not canon.
Space Bears isn't canon.
No, it's not.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's
But
not
it's
canon.
cool lore, and it's close.
It's their made-up lore of some the YouTubers.
Yeah.
Is it then? There's a water one, I believe.
Well, there's the Space Sharks,
Space Sharks. That's what I was. Yeah,
Yeah.
Space Sharks.
which they've kind of died by now. I think they fall into chaos, maybe.
When somebody says
but-
space sharks, I
Space-
think of
the space
these weird
sharks were
things
so
floating
cool.
in space.
Space Sharks were so cool.
Yeah, I do like their paint job. Yeah. Anyways, what we're talking about next is all the different chapters, or the legions, all the different ones. Well, yeah, actually, no. It isn't chapters, it's the legions, which then there's chapters of, which we just talked about. Regardless, the Ultramarines are the most famous and honored of all Space Marine chapters, known for their strict adherence to the Codex Astartes and their highly disciplined tactics. The Blood Angels. The Blood Angels are a chapter with a dark secret. They suffer from a genetic flaw known as the Black Rage, which causes them to sometimes go berserk in battle. And also, if they don't get enough kills, they just kind of start going crazy. Yeah, it's not great. The Dark Angels. That was a small voice crack. The Dark Angels are a very secretive chapter known for their obsession with hunting down the Fallen, their former brethren who betrayed the Imperium. I'm pretty sure that no, that didn't. Sorry. Anyways, Space Wolves, we just talked about those, are a fierce and proud chapter known for their love of battle and unique warrior culture, which revolves around the Great Wolf and his pack. And
Salamanders are really cool ones, actually.
and Space Wolves do love a good pint of ale.
The Imperial Fists. The Imperial Fists are psionic defenders of the Imperium. Stoic. That sounds like that one thing in that certain movie. Stoic
that one thing in that certain movie.
Yeah, I know, right? The defenders of the Imperium that are known for expertise in sage warfare and
It's fine. It's fine. Look, you are a year younger than this.
siege
Or
warfare,
us. It's fine.
warfare and their unshakable I'm so dumb.
Determination.
Determination. Salamanders. The Salamanders are a chapter with a strong sense of honor and duty.
They're one of my favorite chapters.
Known for their skill in crafting weapons and armor.
So I should have
Actually,
mentioned.
they're known for
Yes.
saving.
Okay. Yes. I want to say it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the salamanders. I don't know why I didn't put it there. Yeah, salamanders are actually their verdict is basically just don't kill civilians, and they'll go to great lengths to save civilians and their brothers. They're quite loyal and very pacifist.
Which is why I really do love the Salamanders.
Like
they're
when
a great, they're a great one.
But the thing is, when they're sieging a planet, they'll save all of the
Innocent bystanders.
they'll save all of this civilians, which is good and it's great, and I love the salamander lore, but there is a huge problem with it. The other thing with the salamanders, and the reason they got their name, is that they're obsessed with flamethrowers and explosives. That doesn't seem like the best thing for keeping civilians alive.
Seems like something I would do.
Okay, Raven Guard. The Raven Guard is the master of stealth and sabotage, using their abilities and coning their strike from the shadows. The Iron Hands. That kind of sounds like they should make an iron touch, like the gold touch, like the Midas
Oh
touch.
yeah. Well,
That'd be awesome. Okay.
by the way, in modern lore, Iron Hands have fallen to chaos. Just wanted to mention that.
The Iron
That sounds
Hands.
cool.
The Iron Hands are a
Especially
chapter that
second.
values strength and resilience,
Resilience.
resilience above all else, and cybernetic enhancements to make themselves into living weapons.
Yeah, their whole thing is that they have close ties with Mars, and their whole thing is like, oh, this arm got shot up in battle. You didn't need it. It was worse than this one. Here, have a giant powered saw arm.
That's I love that. That's a very that's the best mentality, I think.
Okay.
You know, you
They'll
lost
go-
something.
they'll go
Well,
to-
here's better.
They'll go to any lengths to upgrade themselves to the best warriors.
Okay. So white scars. The white scars are a chapter that values speed and mobility, using lightning fast strikes and hit and run tactics to overwhelm their enemies.
Yeah, you'll see white scars mainly with bikes.
I haven't actually ever seen a white scar.
Yeah, they're the ones with the completely white armor and the red lightning bolt is their symbol.
Oh, actually, I have seen a couple images of those.
Yeah.
I just haven't seen them on their bikes. Ultramarine successors. Sorry, that was going somewhere else again. Ultramarine successors. There are many Space Marine chapters that have been created using the Ultramarines gene seed and follow the same technique teachings, not techniques. Sorry,
As the
Glare.
Ultramarines. Yeah.
as the Ultramarines.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Ultramarine successors. I didn't want to list them all, but yeah.
Blood Angels successors. Like the Ultramarines, many Space Marine chapters have been created using the Blood Angels gene seed and suffer from the same genetic flaw as their forebears.
Just with different colors and, I mean, sometimes different tactics.
Dark Angels successors. There are a number of Space Marine chapters that have been created using the Dark Angels gene seed and continue to hunt down the fallen. Space Wolf successors. There are few Space Marine chapters that have been created using the Space Wolf genes and continue to honor the warrior culture of their
Progenitors.
progenitors.
So
yeah.
the thing, the reason why is that the Space Wolves, their genetic defect is so bigger than all the other ones, like turning into werewolves. It's so much greater than all the other chapters that when they tried to make successors, they just couldn't, because it's really hard to grow new Space Wolves, or like make new Space Wolves that don't, especially when they were trying to be transferred into successor chapters. Basically, because of their genetic defect, they would just either die in the lab or just be so genetically altered that they were I need to blow my nose. That they were just considered mutants and
Maybe
shot on sight because they were so close to being just wolves, just flat out, that they just weren't accepted at all.
Maybe we should have like tissues back there.
Maybe, yeah, it's fine.
Just edit in a please wait rating.
Back and break.
No, please wait. You know, like the TV.
Yeah.
You can go blow your nose then if you want to edit that in or not.
No, we're keeping all this in.
Keep all this, so it's like a complete blooper video. Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, no. This is low quality content.
Low quality.
I take it as the fun.
Okay, then I'm not gonna like try and completely correct my words. Then, all right. Imperial Fist successors. Like the Ultramarines, there are Space Marine chapters that have been created using the Imperial Fist gene seed and specialized in siege warfare.
Yeah, that's Imperial Fist for you. And they
No, not
also
Rainbow
like
Six Siege. Don't you
building
dare
stuff.
say it.
And actually, an alternate name to LRG, Lab Rats Games, that I actually really considered was, I kid you not, this went through my head, Degenerate Humor Club. Which it's pretty, honestly, you know what? If we ever turn this space into like, I don't know, if we ever like actually host concerts here, bro, we need to have a talk show, and it's called Degenerate Humor Society. I just love the name.
You know, the way that we have this set up right now would be perfect. You know, we have this MacBook open, you know,
Mhm.
and then there would be the audience right in front of us on the chairs. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
There are a handful of Space Marine chapters that have been created using the
You forgot to say the name.
Salamander's successors. Handful of Space Marine chapters that have been created using the Salamander's gene seed and share their love of crafting and I'm pretty sure keeping civilians alive. Raven Guard successors, like the Ultramarines, a lot of these are like the Ultramarines apparently. There are many Space Marine chapters that have been created using the Raven Guard's gene seed and specialize in stealth and sabotage. Actually, I want to cover this. I don't know if the successors do, I don't think they do, but the Raven Guard defect, well, not really, can't really. Anyways, it was a knock.
Oh.
The Raven Guard defect, which if you could even call it one, is that they can literally use, it's a similar thing, they use the same, technique, I guess you would say, as the Eldar, which we'll eventually cover, but basically they can just walk into a shadow and then just disappear and appear somewhere else, and it confuses the heck out of their enemies, which obviously.
I'd be kind of confused if I saw you walk into a shadow and then appear over there.
Mm-hmm. Iron Hand's successors. There are a few Space Marine chapters that have been created using the Iron Hand's gene seed and value strength and resilience above all else. White Scars. There are a handful of Space Marine chapters that have been created using the White Scars gene seed and continue to use speed and mobility as their primary tactics.
Okay. The Black
Templars.
I could not really read that. Looked like an entity.
Literally
The
have
Black
one.
Templars are the chapter that is fantastically devoted to the Emperor. What am I saying? Emperor, and the destruction of all the enemies in the Imperium.
Yeah. And actually, that thing I alluded to earlier about how some chapters don't actually have 1,000 Marines. Basically, the way that the Black Templars get around this is the Emperor kind of wrote in like a little clause that said, if you're on a crusade, you can have more because you might need more power to finish a crusade. So the Black Templars are just always on crusade. And their excuse is that, I can't remember what, but they're like looking for a particular artifact.
Do you want me to look it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm curious now. You could read.
Okay, the Crimson Fists. The Crimson Fists are a chapter that is nearly destroyed by the orcs, but managed to survive and continue fighting in the Emperor's name.
Yeah, not a lot of people know about the Crimson Fists. And one of the things that they've just been memed to death with is that the Crimson Fists are also kind of famous for just stealing stuff. For like aliens or the Imperium, they just really like stealing artifacts. I can't remember the reason or anything, but they just kind of do.
Next, we have
Just
the
give me
Iron
5
Snakes. The Iron Snakes are a chapter that specializes in
Amphibious, underwater.
warfare, using their mastery of ocean strikes at their enemies.
And that is the end of the script. So, yeah, Space Marine chapters. We want to go over what we learned. Also, did you find it?
Can't load.
Oh, that's
4 feet of stone. Really sucks.
Anyways.
Alright.
What if you just have like a
Didn't
super
find it, so
badass one?
what if you, it literally has high up internet everywhere almost. So are you able to search up on your computer? Because your computer can probably.
No, it can't.
Okay.
Doesn't even have cell service. Regardless, yeah.
You know what? Wi-Fi works better than cell service. It's so weird.
Obviously, because it's a
Not
direct
Wi-Fi. Like no Wi-Fi from somebody's cell service.
Why are we talking about this?
I don't know.
I don't know, I
Are we
just
gonna
brought
get
it
back
up.
to
Sorry.
Warhammer? Are we?
Yes.
Back to Warhammer. Warhammer's great.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
So, Space Marines. Anything to add? What was?
Space Marines sound like a total badass.
Yeah, that's about right.
Also, Rowan, the way we can fix that light situation, so we can put it right here, and it will light up, like right below this.
Oh no! It makes a lot of heat.
Oh.
Just
okay.
leave it
Mine
as it
fine.
is, guys.
Well,
Also,
no, it was
I
just to
love that we're
avoid-
just talking about like how to improve our green screen setup.
All right. Yeah.
We got nothing.
I personally learned a lot about these chapters, which is the main
Yeah.
thing that I need to learn about
Yeah.
right now, personally. I already knew some of these because I have little experience, like the salamanders.
I mean, everyone knows about Ultramarines.
I did it.
Ultramarines, so like
I
Poster boys
did
of
it.
40K. Poster
I
boys
did.
of 40K.
I didn't.
literally the poster boys of 40K.
Yeah, actually,
Oh, wow.
literally, they've been on a lot of posters.
I've like heard the names of like some of these. I just didn't know
Mhm.
what they did or what they were. So
Yeah.
that was
Did you
pretty
see
helpful.
At Christmas time, did you see their chibi Christmas calendar? That was so.
Oh
cool.
yeah.
That was so cool. I didn't get it myself, but because it was like $150. Like, who's gonna spend $150 on that besides
Yeah.
me? Wait, no, not besides me. Like, I won that.
They were just the same little Space Marine figure with different colors though every time.
right, which is that's just so is fun, you know, like every day.
I
like,
wish they did like each one would be different.
chapters, different chapters.
I know, but it would have been way cooler if they did like Space Marine, Chaos Space Marine, Tyranid. Like each one was a chibi version of their own little thing. Also, audience, by the way, if you have no idea what we're talking about, last year
You'll be like me.
Games Workshop. Games Workshop released an advent calendar with little chibi figures of the
Space Marines.
Space Marines. Also, I feel like the audience, the camera, is like their own part of this conversation. Like we're talking and they're just kind of over there.
Right.
I don't know.
I'm like that one that's like, I will try to get this because I'm just reading something
Yeah.
like.
40K. It's a lot to take in, but yeah.
I've just been taking it for like a month longer than. Wait. Hold on. I'm taking it in a month longer. No. See, I can't put this right.
You've been
Are
learning
you
about
okay?
it.
I've been learning
longer?
about it for like a month longer, so.
A month long.
I just
month?
started like.
A month longer
I just started my like research
him.
like
Yeah.
than him.
just like a week or two ago.
So, another thing that is happening behind the scenes here at LRG Studios. No, we don't have a studio.
Yeah, LRG Studios. Yeah, we got our PS5 over there. We got our 700-foot TV.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, recording on our Phantom DSLR 9000. I just said 2 different brand names. No, this is recorded off my phone, but I hope it's still enjoyable in quality, which it probably is.
It probably will be because it's an iPhone.
I mean, yeah.
Obviously for breaking, which is why he has it in a case, definitely.
Mhm.
Case of protection over there. I can't really see it that well.
Case of protection, yes.
Case
Sounds like
of-
a Skyrim
I
thing.
have a case of protection. A case of protection on mine.
Mhm. I mean, we do have a bar over there. We don't. YouTube. We don't.
We don't.
We
You
don't.
hear that? You hear
No.
that?
Mute.
Mute. Hey Siri,
Actually, no.
stop
Beep.
recording.
It's probably been long enough into where YouTube doesn't care, and let's be real, no one's gonna find this. No, just kidding.
Literally, it takes 30 minutes in, and then YouTube like.
Yeah. Anyways, the thing I originally wanted to kind of say, behind the scenes, we are working on a podcast, which we almost decided on recording, but then we didn't. And I'm gonna turn it into a book and read it to you. If you subscribe, if you hit that subscribe button, I feel like I should say that. It's been far too long. Yeah.
Hit that subscribe button.
Actually,
leave
we
a
know.
like. Make us some money. We need money.
No,
Everybody needs money.
yeah.
Everybody needs a little bit of money.
It's late enough in the video to where that literally doesn't matter, and I try not to ever say that, and I haven't ever. That was the first time I have. That felt bad.
Yeah, it's so cringe. But you know, there is some little kids out there that might be wanting to learn.
No,
about
you
stuff.
gotta be like that one tuber. Yo, smack that button.
Bro,
They try and encourage-
punch that button like you're an imperial fist breaking down a wall.
And oh, I forgot. the
Which
name.
one?
Sorry.
Which button? There's like 4 buttons. Are they
Hit
hitting-
them all.
Oh yeah. No.
Minus
you don't wanna-
minus the dislike and the
Yeah.
block and the
Oh
report.
yeah.
yeah, we don't want those ones. What are they gonna report us for saying we had a bar?
I mean,
Don't
no.
say it again.
Yeah, don't say it.
Oh my god. How
Yeah.
long is the recording?
I feel like I didn't even get across the point that we're doing. Oh, no, I did say it.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, we got it pretty forward. I don't think this was gonna be like an hour long of talking, but it's gonna be a pretty decent amount of talking. We might even just talk about random subjects. Like right now, we were just talking about some random YouTube subject.
We're talking about how we're
See, this
talking.
is a good friendship. This is how you can tell we have a good friendship. We're talking about some stuff random. He might not like it, but that's fine. That's fine because he's he. I am me. She is she.
Wait, what? Actually, speaking of, I feel like this. I mean, I feel like we should eventually have a girl on the show. It feels a bit mean not to, but.
Right. I totally
You
agree.
can pass off as a girl.
I was about to bring something up, but never mind.
Well, I don't even know who we would do that with.
Actually, no, never mind. They don't even live anywhere near here. I don't know why. They live in Rhode Island. They moved.
No.
It was a chick. She moved over to Rhode Island.
Okay. Let's not talk about
Guys,
anything too personal.
They can't know where we are.
Well, it's not like they're gonna pinpoint where their location is. I didn't say anything else about them, like their name or anything.
True, but yeah.
Okay.
Regardless.
Yeah, not as mean.
Yeah, we're just talking about our own
This
problems.
is so slippery.
Okay, bro. Like you're just gonna ruin the audio.
Sorry. Give me a second. My legs.
Anyways.
I got you, bro.
I got you, bro.
Anyways, yeah. Wait, what was I
got
gonna say? I don't even know.
You were talking about how you're making a book thingy.
I
that you're
was
gonna
talking
read
about
to
how I was
us.
making a book, which we're gonna record. Wait, no, we're not gonna record it.
No,
we're
we're
gonna
not.
do that right after this. Coming soon to a YouTube video near you.
Wait, we're really gonna do the podcast right after this?
Well, the roleplay, yeah.
The roll, yeah. Let's go.
This is the podcast.
This is the.
This is
In
the
case you
podcast.
didn't know, this is the podcast.
This is what a podcast is. It's where
Yes,
you're just kind of
you
talking.
needed to wait this long in the video to find that out.
You need to wait this far.
We
I'm
kind of said
sure
it was
he'll
a
probably
podcast
say.
at the beginning.
I don't remember that, so it didn't happen.
Yeah, I don't remember it either, so it didn't happen at all. We blew this before we turned it on. So.
Should we turn this off before we go crazy?
We're not
What?
going crazy.
Wait, what?
Are you going crazy? Yeah, you're going crazy.
What?
I
Should we
don't
turn this
know.
off before we go crazy? Acting like he's the Joker.
Well, yeah, you guys want to talk about what's happening in Modern 40K? I think I told him, but I don't know if I told you.
You probably didn't.
Yeah, 10th edition. It's coming out real soon. It
Oh
promises.
yeah, you did tell me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Promises to have easier rules. I'm excited for
Oh,
that.
thank God. Easier rules. Would
Yeah,
be so nice. to
This
learn.
is the perfect time to like. I'm so glad that I started getting all this together now when 10th came out. I didn't know that was gonna happen, obviously, but I mean, it just seems like such a sign of good luck that just when I start doing podcasts and doing role plays,
It's cold now.
the rules get easier.
I'm gonna put one ice cube in it.
Anyways, also, so
The water's not cold, of course, just the outside.
basically, in Modern 40K, what's kind of happening right now is, oh wait, why did okay, I need to just do more research because I feel like I don't know what I'm talking about right now, but I do. So
Okay.
basically, I forgot why, but a giant warp rift. Oh wait, no, yeah. So it was either the Necrons or the Eldar that kind of closed the Eye of Terror. No, it is Terra. And basically, through some series of events, this giant rift formed across the galaxy, and it was so wide and so thick that it was basically just impossible to go around it or above it or anything, or below. So basically, now there was the light and the dark side of the Imperium, because the Astronomicon was which is the Emperor's psychic beacon on Terra. Yeah. The Terra was kind of right there, and then the rift went like that, and so one side of the galaxy got the Astronomicon, and the other side didn't. And the side that didn't just fell to complete anarchy. Everything was horrible. Rabut Gilliman, came. Why are you like doing this?
I'm sorry, I was leaning forward.
Robot
This is-
Gorilla Man came back and was like, "Wow, the Imperium is horrible now. I'm gonna try to fix this." And then basically,
Let's go. I love Gorilla
and
Man.
I forgot why. Again, there's just these tiny little lore details that I just don't know. But basically, I don't think it was in 8th or 9th that this happened. I think it was like more old lore. But basically, way back when the Dark Angels homeworld was got blowed up, and
Yeah, blowed up.
and there was this huge fortress monastery that like went through the atmosphere. That was, it was like, I can't remember the exact thing. It was like a million feet wide square or something like that. And basically, when the planet got bombed, that cathedral survived.
Yeah,
And there was a huge
They just strapped some thrusters on there.
And there, yeah, okay, come on, bro. And there was a huge shard of the planet coming off it that survived. And then they slapped some thrusters on it, like you said.
I know
and
that
then,
part.
And then it became a spaceship. And in modern 40K, this dude called Vashtor, which he came back. Wait, did he come? No. I think he was one of the Lost Primarchs. I actually know.
Yeah, it was one of the last promos.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the Iron Hands Primarch because he has so much to do with like technology. Basically, Horus brought Vashtor back to make him the Arcs of Omen so that he could mess with the Imperium.
Wasn't there a teaser for like a demon?
That is that. Whoa, that's Angron. Yeah, and also Angron came back in 9th for some reason.
I was like,
And then
I swore Angron came back. Like,
yeah, and then he attacked Korn himself, and Korn got angry and threw him across reality, and his wings tore off. Yeah. So anyways, basically Horus hired Vashtor and was like, "Hey, bro, there's this thing you can do that will totally benefit you and also benefit me." And so basically, Vashtor just became Horus's partner. He made him the Arcs of Omen, and Vashtor wants to attack this one thing, which will help Horus and him. And basically, to do that, he hired this legion of traitor marines, which then eventually betrayed him. And actually, no, they betrayed him when Vashtor was trying to get the thing, which was an artifact that was being held on the rock, which was that shard of the planet we were talking about earlier. And basically, he was attacking the rock, everything was going fine, and then his hired marines turned on him. Well, actually, no, wait. So Vashtor went on the ship, everything was going well, he was attacking people, and then Lionel Johnson, the Primarch of the Dark Angels, just kind of popped out and was like, "What you doing on my house?" And just was like, "Duel, let's go." And then when that happened, the Marines that he hired just started betraying him and started attacking both sides. And that's where we are up to now. I don't know who won.
I would love to see somebody animate that conversation.
Yeah. Actually, no, we could do an animated version of this whole thing and it'd still be funny.
What you doing in my house? Just the angry brows of like the
Actually, no.
T-posing
If anyone,
Space Marine figure.
oh my god, that voice crack. If anyone out there is an animator and maybe a YouTuber, make us an animation of that, what we just talked about. It'll be funny, trust me. Lots of views.
What you doing in my house?
What you doing in my house? Okay, duel. Put
Ready,
like a little
set,
kid's voice
go!
over it.
Yeah.
Put like a really little kid's voice over it, you know?
Come on.
I can imagine it now. It'd be hilarious.
Anyways, yeah. We want to end it there. Anything else to add, say?
I mean, you cleared the message pretty nice.
Well, thank you for listening to this garbage time, unless he has something to say.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for, same thing he said.
Oh yeah,
I'm curious how long this is now. Also, I'm going to keep in this whole end bit where I'm just standing up and walking behind the camera.
Okay.
Hi.
We'll keep them too.
44 minutes is not bad.